Welcome to another show of How Many Beers Does It Take? Today I want to show you how to fix a bathroom faucet. Now if you look, when I turn the faucet on, water starts to eventually drip out around the edges here, and then it gets wet around on the top. So you see already the water's coming out. So I'm going to show you how we can fix this easily. First we got to start by turning the water off. And there's valves underneath the sink. We're going to turn them off. And then we'll turn the sink faucet on just to make sure that there's nothing coming on. We're going to pull the valve just to make sure so that the drain is closed, so nothing, if it falls, would fall down into there. There's little caps come off, and there's going to be screws underneath. And then we're just going to take a screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver. We're going to turn the top. And then what we'll do is we'll expose the valve. And the valves are underneath here. They're under these nuts. There's a nut here that we're going to take off with a wrench, and that's going to expose the valve. So once we pull the valve out, we can pull this valve up. Now what we're going to do is I want everybody, before you start this project, run to Menards, any local value store, True Value store. You want to buy some plumber's faucet valve grease. And you can go ahead, since this O-ring doesn't look bad, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to put valve grease all the way around here. And then we're going to put it back together. And that's just going to help that seal. And we're going to put it on the bottom too. We're going to put it back together and see if this fixes it. We're going to do the same on the other side. Pull it up. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the valve grease. We're going to put it all the way around it. The bottom too. Put this back together. Spin the nuts back on. We'll turn the water on and we'll see if we fixed it. If for whatever reason this doesn't work, we'd have to run to a hardware store and buy new O-rings. So if that's the case, hold off on drinking your beer until after you get back from the hardware store. I do not condone drinking and driving. I do, however, say you can work and drink. Go ahead and set these caps back on. I'm going to screw on the handles. Seem to be working. Let's turn the water on and see if it's worked. Let's dry off anything here that's, make sure we're not leaking. I do not see any new water coming up through the valve. So really all it took was just a little bit of plumber's grease, and the faucet grease. Just put it on the O-rings. It makes everything, the faucets open and close so much easier, and no more leak. And that's about it. So maybe a one beer project. If you got to go out and get some O-rings, the valve grease, I would just say you should do that ahead of time. You won't know what size O-ring you're going to need until you take it apart. So if you got to go out, don't drink and drive. Wait till after the project to drink. But if you got some valve grease, pop a cold one, go at it. See you next time.